Hi everyone, welcome to today's live with DJ Tune Rider. Let's see if we can get her here. Hopefully everybody's good. Hi!
Hi!
How are you?
I'm well, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. Can you hear okay?
Yes, actually the connection's really good.
Okay, and the music's not too loud in the background?
No, it's cool, thanks.
Okay, good. So how
Yay!
are you?
Finally we meet.
Yeah, finally.
Right?
And thank you so much for doing this.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Get me a little bit out of the lockdown feeling, so yay.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, how is everything where you are? Where are you in South Africa right now?
Yes, I'm in South Africa. Personally, I'm hiding away in the forest. So I don't know what's going on out there.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, no, it's okay. You know, I guess we, like every other country around the world, we're just hanging in there. Slowly but surely, event season is opening up, but so is the election. So, no, so we're trying to maybe take advantage of those numbers at the parties again. You know, so a lot of small little events are happening. A few things happening in Johannesburg. With certain organizations called Moksha and Techno Tribe are still keeping the flame alive. I think there was a festival this weekend called the White Rabbit, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Anyway, so in other words, it's the flag is still flying. However, Cape Town is a little bit slow on the uptake. I'm not sure of any festivals happening there yet. And I currently stay a little bit out of the city, about 6 hours away, in a place called the Garden Route.
Oh, nice.
And yeah, so we've been doing a few little parties in the bush, or should I say the forest? We're the forest up here. So yeah, it's been going really, really good. There's an organization called Eco Gatherings, and they're going to be making parties. I think it's in November, the Echo Gathering, and it's very exciting. So we're super excited about that. Obviously, it's like very small, but yeah, we're still flying the flag. So it's going.
Sometimes smaller is better, anyways. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the
hi. So awesome. Yeah. Okay, cool. And you guys, how is it for you in Canada?
Hi, Aja. How are you?
The West. Oh, lovely. Awesome.
Yeah, things are, you know, right now in British Columbia, so. You know, I mean, I'm lucky where I am in Prince George. It's not that big of a city, but they're getting pretty tough here now with everything. So, what to do?
Oh, hectic. Okay, so micro parties.
Yeah.
Hectic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyways, let's start with I wanted to start with your artist name. Obviously that's not your real name. So
Tune Raider, yes. Yeah. Wow.
Tune Raider. So I wanted to know where that came from, or what's the story behind, if there's any story behind it.
Oh, there's a little story. So shit. Long time ago. Well, 2002, 2002, around there. Anyway, I was Little Miss Madam in Cape Town City, trying to make it, you know, trying to get in everywhere I could. Whoever would let me play, put it that way. And then there was a small little group of guys together doing a label called Sci Station. So because it was a play off the whole PlayStation thing, I came up with Tune Raider. So it just stuck. And then, we all went our separate ways, and, you know, life happened. And yeah, it just came from PlayStation, Sci Station. So.
Okay. So what's your real name then?
Pam
Okay.
and Meg. Yeah.
Okay.
The infamous Pam.
Oh. And so then I wanted to ask you, like, about your career. How did it you know, it all start for you, and what was was there anything that influenced you that you wanted to become a DJ, and when did you start?
Okay, well, my journey began in 2002. I started going to parties a lot earlier than that, but I was incredibly wet behind the ears. I was such a little shit. Anyway, I was so determined because I was privileged enough to be part of the, well, Psytrance in Cape Town and South Africa, which in its own right has been very well known over the last 2 decades. So yeah, I was dazzled by the 2000 movement in Cape Town. I was 17, 18 years old, and I went to my first Vortex and Alien Safari. It was pretty much in the same 2 weeks, and it just blew my mind. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe this. And then I started working at the parties, getting involved in the scene, and just like falling in love with everyone and meeting new people. And it didn't matter, like, you know, if you didn't see those people ever again, but you'd always see them at the party, you know what I mean? You'd maybe never, you know, see them in real life. And just this family started forming because Cape Town it's small. So,
Yeah.
you know, we all got to know each other and grew together and whatnot. And then, yeah, I guess I got bored of working behind the bar. And I started looking at the DJs going, that looks really nice. And then I met some overseas DJs, and I saw their lifestyle, and I was like, wow, I don't want to be one of the girlfriends. I want to be one of these guys, you know, I want to do what they're doing. And obviously back then it was like they were girl playing and whatnot, but there wasn't, you know, support for women in the industry at all. So
Yeah.
and it was a bad thing. It was just like everyone just got on with it, you know, and it just whatever. It wasn't normal. Long story short, I landed up moving back to the area that I'm in now because I'm back home with my family in Knysna. And there was a farm next door to my farm, and there were some trancey people over there, and I walked into their studio, 3 CDs, and I was like, I want to learn how to mix. They just looked at me like, what are you? Why are you here? What do you want? Anyway, long story short, they helped me out. They taught me the basics, and then yeah, I had to sink or swim, you know. And I really appreciate that feeling because it did make me want it more and push myself. And back then there was no like equipment available, whatnot. I had to, you know, go to clubs when they were closed and the guys sweeping and ask the manager if I could just mix for a little while, and, you know, playing to the bar people while they're setting up the bars, that kind of stuff, you know, just having to really push, you know. And it was just like I was eating and breathing Psytrance. And back then it was also the scene was thriving. I mean, once I really started playing a more regular basis, I was really lucky. Got to the point of like 2 to 3 gigs a weekend, and yeah, it was just flying, you know, at radio shows and all sorts of crazy things. Then I decided about 10 years into my career, should I say, I made a documentary called Under the African Sky. It's incredibly vintage now if you watched it. Back then we didn't even have 3G, you know, like it was insane. I don't even know how we pulled it off. But anyway, yeah, so you can find it on YouTube. It's in 5 separate pieces because back then you couldn't upload a full hour-long documentary. So it's in 5 parts, but it's there. It's really amazing. It's basically about the first 10 years of Psytrance in Cape Town, South Africa, and how and why we managed to get away with what we've gone through, you know, and what we've built and what it was before COVID came along and
Hi,
you know.
Yeah, I've only been to South Africa once, to the Vortex. I played there once.
Yes, I remember, but I didn't get to go to that party, so I'm sorry, but I do remember seeing your name. So I'm glad we're finally meeting 20 years later.
yeah, it was a cool experience for me, yeah. to be first time in South Africa.
Yeah, and what did you think of the party? Like,
oh, the party was really cool. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was really nice. It was a good vibe. The people were super nice.
Yeah, very friendly.
I actually met some nice people who I'm still actually in contact with now. You know, over
Awesome.
Instagram and all. Yeah, and
Oh,
and I got like a nice like tour of like Cape Town. It was so cool.
yeah, it is, hey? And we got really good food, really good people, great weather most of the time. Yeah, we definitely, at one point we were like festival capital, you know what I mean? It was ridiculous. There was one point there's just festivals all over the place. I'm so sorry, somebody's just come to say hello. Hello? This little sorry. And this is Ben. I must just introduce you to my Ben boy.
Hi, Ben.
Hi, Ben. Sorry, those are my children.
Cute.
Yeah.
And then what kind of, when you started, like what, I mean, was it like just what kind of music were you into, like before getting into like trance or electronic? Like
I was into bands growing up, so I was very into, like, I wanted to be a singer, and I had a voice for a little while. And I was totally into that, and then I turned 17 and then I discovered raves. I was like, wow, what the fuck, this is insane.
Yeah.
And then I moved to Cape Town and then I found psytrance and I was like blown. I couldn't think it. I just was eating and breathing psytrance. I didn't think I even thought about, I mean, it's terrible. I should think about music.
Well, no, I mean, and then, so when you started DJing, you were DJing, I'm guessing with CDJs? Did you start with CDs?
Yeah. I was part of the CDJ generation.
Okay, yeah.
So making the transition with I unfortunately never got the opportunity to play on a vinyl. I know I'm probably going to get slagged for saying that.
I never played on vinyl either.
Never had the chance. But yeah, CDJ 100s was my training wheels. And yeah, it's a different time, different era, you know, different vibe of mixing. It was like very, you know, I don't want to say rough, but yeah, it was just, you know, you made do with what you had, like whatever it took to get that beat in, you know what I mean? I mean,
yes,
sure
I love Wonder Woman.
Amazing. Of course, come on.
Yeah, and then, so what was your like first gig that you did? Obviously that was in South Africa, right?
Yeah. I played in South Africa up until 2011, 2012, around there. Then I did my first tour to Portugal. Okay.
Yeah. And what year was that?
I think it was 2011, 2012, around there.
Okay. And what was the gig in Portugal?
It was with a friend of mine, Raquel, DJ Ganesha. She hooked me up a little tour. I have been back and forth to Portugal since then, and I played for Insomnia Festival, which was absolutely amazing, and a few other smaller parties along the years. So yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I wanted to ask you, like, obviously, like, I mean, when I started DJing, that was way, you know, back. So. You know, back when I DJed, there wasn't that many female DJs. But I just wanted to ask, like, from your perspective as a female, like, did you find it like hard? I mean, to get in? Do you think as a female?
Yeah, no, I got like kicked off the decks and stuff. I was fight tooth and nail. God, I did everything I could. Yes, in the beginning, I downplayed my femininity to get accepted. You know, even though all the boys in Cape Town were the core guys, the core team, should I say, have always had my back, you know, and have had that level of respect. But I guess there were people or whispers out there like, she's just getting booked because she's a girl and she's got tits, that's why. And it almost made me like mix harder and play harder, that like I became a monster in the end, you know. And as I said, I downplayed my femininity. I wore like t-shirts with comic book boys, you know. I'll go shop in the boys section because I wanted to downplay, but then I realized that it didn't downplay my femininity at all. It just made it worse. And then I was like, okay, well, why am I doing that? That's stupid. I'm a girl and I must enjoy that. But also, you know, within saying that, it was weird because I just wanted boys to, you know, take me seriously as one of them, and that I didn't want any special favors. I want to fight for my position on that lineup just as hard as they do. And time would tell in the end, so, which it did. But there were I was thinking about this after I spoke to you before this session was, I remember people coming up to the stage and be like, are you playing now? You know, like complete surprise that there was a woman there. And it's like, just chill. Just go stand over there, have a drink. I'll come back in a minute, you know, and I'll show you what I can do. So yeah, that definitely happened for a long time. But it's a tough line because on one hand, you know, I don't know if I should say it like this, but like, you know, you got to sink or swim. Do you know what I mean? You know, if you're going to be up there and you're going to be taking responsibility of a dance floor, people are coming there with their hard-earned money to let go of their whatever they're going through in their lives for just a few hours. You know, it takes a lot to get to that point. You're going to go out there and not know what you're doing because you've been pushed through, then like, what the fuck, you know, like that's, no, I don't feel, so it's a tough one. Like, how do we draw the line between, sorry, excuse me. How do we draw the line between, you know, letting everybody play to having to prove yourself and letting the best music and act? I mean, is that wrong?
I mean, obviously, you know, a lot of the female DJs, not that I've interviewed many, but like just chatted with, like obviously, you know, for them nowadays, they say it's a lot easier than it was. But, you know,
if I can be frank, and I mean, at this point, I don't really, you know, whatever. But our industry, Psytrance, definitely does not support women like other industries do. Exactly. And it's so freaking obvious.
Yeah.
The fact that there's like, what, 1 or 2 token female DJs on a lineup and then they get booked in the morning anyway, it's like, hoopty fucking do. Then leave us at home. I'd rather stay with my cat. Sorry, like most of us have been playing for over a decade now. You know, we've earned our rights to be on the lineups. I really hope that in what further than this, when parties start, you know, and the scene starts moving into the new way of, you know, the future, we're going to be seeing more equal lineups. And not because of equality, but just because we're fucking good.
Get ready for some
really
serious
that fucking
women
simple.
power. I mean that's it's also quite frustrating for me too, because, you know, I've been DJing for quite a while, and it's
it's bullshit now. Come on. I mean,
it is, you know, I mean, it's kind of sad because, I mean, you know, a lot of people ask me, oh, why do you think that is? Because in the techno scene, there's loads of women DJs, and I was like, I don't know what it is. I have no idea. I really, till this day,
I guess that industry, maybe that industry is born during a time, well, not really. I mean, techno's been going for like a gazillion years, so I don't know how to say this. But what I'm trying to say is like the more modern techno for what it is now, that's for everywhere and everyone, it's popular. It's the music of the future, I guess. In that, I don't know what I'm saying. You know, I don't know. Maybe because it's more popular online. Do you know what I mean? Maybe it's more socially acceptable. That's what I'm trying to say. You know what I mean? And now these big floors, these big things, there's big money behind it. I don't know. Maybe that industry sees the money behind the woman. I don't know. I don't know why our scene is like this.
Yeah.
But you know, if we're going to keep our industry alive, I truly believe that we need to like have a different approach to, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I did try also, you know, to back in the day to do like a few all-female events, which actually worked out really well.
They do. They do. We bring us magic. Yeah.
I did a couple in Japan, and I did one in Portugal, and you know, I'm thinking in the near future, I would like to do something like that. Another one. I would really like to do one in India, because you know, I think it would be kind of cool. But everything was done by female. The sound, the lights, the decoration, everything. DJ.
That would be amazing. Power to the pussy.
Huh?
Power to the pussy.
Yeah, no, it was really, really, really cool. And you know, and back then, you know, in the 90s, like a lot of when I did it in Japan, all the guys were like, yeah, I don't think anybody's really gonna show up. It's gonna be a flop, blah, blah, blah. And it was packed, and the guys were just standing there like, okay.
Yeah, I love it when that happens.
Do another one. Yeah.
Yes, I love it when that happens. It's so funny, huh?
Yeah.
But yeah, the all-female things I've done in the past has also surprisingly worked. I remember there was a local club called Get a Fix back in the day, and it truly was a little center spot for psytrance in Cape Town. And we used to have these like once every 2 months DJ meetings where they'd put a big board out and they would write it all down and whatnot. And like we would always just like have to like scratch out a day, and this is going to be all the chicks, you know. And then sure enough, those days were packed because it was a novelty, you know, I guess, as well as the fact that we fucking rock. So, you know.
Yeah. So, and have you, like, released any, like, CD mixes, or do you produce any of your own stuff? Have you?
I have produced in the past, but nothing of late. I done... Yeah, a couple of obviously mixes online and whatnot. I did a little video last year for lockdown, because we were obviously locked down for New Year's. So I made a little home video on a mountain near where I live.
Okay, yeah. I think I saw briefly that. Yeah.
Yes. There are plans to do a VA with United Beats Records, and in the future. But again, like, I don't know what's going on, so I don't know how I'm feeling about anything.
Okay. Special respect for women.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. No, it is a thing. I don't know why our industry is so difficult when it comes to that. I guess it takes a while as well to hone your craft, you know, as a DJ, and perhaps by the time that happens, some women choose to, you know, not be DJs anymore and have families or anything like that. So, you know, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I guess our scene is truly only like 30 years old, 40 years old, or what?
Yeah.
Psytrance, really. I mean.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I'm like in my late 40s, almost 50, and I've been doing it, since I.
Oh God, you look amazing, my girl.
Oh, thank you. But yeah, I've been doing it. You know, I mean, electronic. Yeah, that music's been around for a while. But you know,
so for what it is now, I mean, truly, it's been like, you know, a pounding rave culture for, I would say, 30 years. So, you know, and we've been around for 20 or 30. Old.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Then I want to ask you, like, what, like, compared to when you started in South Africa, I don't know, where else have you DJ'd in the world?
I've been very, very fortunate enough to have played in Brazil a few times. I played at Universo Paralelo once. That was really amazing. It changed my life. It was incredible. I played in Australia a few times, toured around Europe, played little parties around Europe. It's been awesome. The Boomtown Fair in the UK. That was also a massive highlight for me. That poor dance floor didn't want to hit them. South African explosion, should I say. Yeah, so I've been very lucky. Actually, I was supposed to play a little festival, do a little tour in 2020 to Japan and Australia. But, yeah, Universe had other plans, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, and then so what was your first experience of playing outside of South Africa? Like, how was that for you? Like,
that was terrifying.
Oh, really?
I find playing elsewhere really scary because, first of all, they don't know who you are and they don't have to care who you are, you know. And also, like, we don't all like the same type of psytrance.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, what I think might be rocking, and I know rocks in my country, may not rock in another country, you know? And it's no diss to anyone else or anything. It's just the way it is, you know? And you win some, you lose some. So, yeah, I think the times that I've had a little, you know, that backstage, oh my God, my stomach, I think has been the big ones overseas. It's, yeah. So
can you see the messages? You're getting some messages to
I can. Thanks, guys. Yay. Awesome. I played in Goa once. Yeah, that was one of my last tours, actually, was in India.
Okay,
and then I
ask you, have you been to India? I was going to ask you that, yeah.
Yes.
When was that?
And 2018. Yes, 2018. Because I took a break in 2019 and my plan was 2020, and then, yeah.
Okay. And how was that experience for you?
It was wild. Hey, India is incredible. Wow, what a mindfuck. Go was wonderful, but sadly, the minute I got off that little flight, I picked up a flu, not COVID. COVID wasn't here yet.
Yeah.
I hope. Anyway, so my Go experience was a little dampened by not feeling so well. But I played at Shiva Valley, which was incredible, and I did get to experience the vibe of what Goa truly could be, well, is. And unfortunately, I was there like just at the end of the season, so everyone had pretty much gone home already. But yeah, I got a taste of it. Like, I really want to go back. Yeah, one day. Yeah, cool. And yeah.
And so, what is there? I mean, is there a place that you can say is one of your favorite places that you've played at or had like the best experience?
Sure. No, I can't pinpoint anything in specific.
No.
No. Shit, no, I can't. Everywhere has been amazing, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's good.
The place I didn't like was I played in Dubai. And no offense to anybody who's from Dubai, but personally, I didn't enjoy the experience. So perhaps I wouldn't necessarily go back to.
I had some good parties
there. It's scary. It was a bit scary. As a girl, it was a bit scary. I won't lie.
Oh, yeah. When I played there, I always had good time.
Okay, maybe we went in different directions. I don't know. Anyway, I had the privilege of playing in Thailand for the Experience Festival. That was incredible. Wow, just this little like island peak of crazy people. It was just delicious. The weather was beautiful. Even though it rained, it didn't matter because it was just so Thailand. You know. Did you see that? I didn't see that.
I have a question. Which is the best place where you have played in Goa?
Well, you should answer that.
That's a tough question.
Yeah, you would have a lot more.
Yeah, that's a tough question because, I mean, I don't know.
Each has its own magic.
Yeah, I mean, I preferred playing in Goa like back in the day when it was like on the beaches or, you know, not so much like in compounds with walls around them. So
yeah,
I would, yeah, I don't know.
Oh my gosh, you must have some stories to tell. You should write a book.
Yeah, I know, right? One day I was thinking maybe I'll write a book. Who knows? I'm not good at writing, but I would like to. It would be kind of cool.
Well, if you have experiences that need to be shared, so think of it like that.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a magical time, you know. It really, I wish that I had experienced that. I mean, I can only relate in any way because I had the magic here in South Africa and in Cape Town, you know, and I was part of an industry here and a movement within itself, you know, and we would always talk about or think about Goa because Goa would obviously be the influence for us, you know. And it was, but one day you must go to Goa. Yeah.
I don't know. Sorry, dude. That's a really tough question. It is, you know.
It's different. Yes, it is different.
Yeah.
I know. And I guess magic in itself is just timing, you know, venue, people, place, everything just coming together in one for just a little while and then gone again, you know.
Gone again, yeah.
And I guess we're all feeling that now because we're in lockdown and we can't have what we were so used to having, you know, within its, so.
Yeah. And I mean,
it's been a very reflective time. Sorry to interrupt you.
And even with the lockdown, like there's so many, it depends on where you are in the world because some places are still having their parties and their freedom and others aren't. It just depends where you are. So, you know.
Yeah. For sure. I didn't even know what to think about that. As I said, hiding in the forest. Gosh.
Yeah. But, you know, I think also at the same time, I think it's kind of good because in my opinion, the trance scene is getting so big and was just losing that, I don't know what to say.
Yeah, of course.
Something. Yeah. So it's nice for it to go back to like small, you know,
real.
You know, like I played at a party like 3 weeks, 3 weeks ago, whatever. Here it was like 8-hour drive, but it was up in the mountains and it was really small, like maybe 200 people, but it was
amazing.
It was so amazing. The vibe was so cool, and for me it reminded me of like when the parties first started. It was that kind of vibe, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
It was nice, like not always to, you know, DJ in front of, I don't know, 20,000 or whatever people, you know, is not always the best. So, you know.
No, and I guess it's humbling us all, and you know, and it's also harder to play to a smaller amount of people because, you know what I mean? You firstly you're going to see everyone. And, you know, you got to hold the floor and hold the magic. And it's, I think, and there's that sink or swim vibe again, I guess, you know. And you got to work it now.
Yeah, so I mean, sometimes it's nice to go, you know, have a break and then come back like refreshed, and you know, I think it's been kind of a good thing in a way. I don't know.
Well, yes, we're gonna have to hold on to that. But yeah, I mean, listen, lockdown changed my life completely. It really did kick my ass completely. I built my entire life in the festival industry. And we were actually, sorry, let me rewind. I had a business. We imported and distributed biodegradable glitter for girls to wear at festivals. We had face things. We did face bars at parties and stuff. And one of our things was to design hats and accessories and whatnot. So we were trading at a big festival. It's very, like more like a Burning Man type of style. Long story short, we were standing right there and we started getting pinged messages and like the world's going down and everything's going to shit and we're going to lockdown and everything. President's going to be talking to us tomorrow and like everyone's freaking out. You can feel at the festival not that many people were there, so perhaps people had already decided not to go. And I turned to my partner and I was like, the ship is sinking. The fat lady is singing. This is going down. We ain't going to make it. We're not even going to try. I'm going to pack my shit up and we're leaving. So, yeah, literally, like I had to, put everything into storage and had to let go of my flat in the city and had to move back to my family's farm, which is good though because simultaneously I discovered that my family actually needs my help. So it was good that actually I came home. So now I don't live in the city anymore, but at least I'm in nature. So I'm happy.
It's nice to be in the nature anyways, really.
Yep, and I'm growing vegetables and rearing puppies, and yeah, it's fun. Yeah, my mother fosters puppies because we work with the outreach programs around here, and
cool.
so we have little fostered little rescue puppies to rear. It's really fun.
That's cool. Yeah, and then I wanted to also ask you, like, how do you think, you know, for you, like the music, like has changed from when you started to like now?
Yes. What's the question? What do I think about that, or how?
Like, how it's changed, or.
Yeah. Well, I've always been like a driving style DJ, regardless. So it's mainly full on. I did got a little bit influenced by the typical South African sound back in 2010, around then, maybe a little bit, yeah.
What's the South African sound then?
Twilight, that like,
okay.
you know, yeah. So it was quite prevalent at the time in South Africa. So I was just trying to keep up with, you know, the trend and what was happening. And so I did a daytime and a nighttime kind of a set and pushed that for a little while. And then simultaneously the forest genre kind of started growing into nighttime full on. And now there's like so many names, I didn't even know if I get the terminology right.
That's what I'm like. I'm like, what is forest? What is this? What is, I don't know.
It's fine.
What is this style? What is this? Does anybody know what this style is called? That's like, to me, it's like Gabba. I don't know if anybody knows what Gabba music is.
Oh, is that high tech?
Oh, okay, high tech.
That's what I know. High tech, okay. Gabba. That's so English.
That's like pretty intense, I would say.
Yes. So are you from Canada? Like
no.
Originally?
No,
okay.
I'm originally born in the UK.
Okay.
But grew up in Goa. So.
Okay, that's amazing. You grew up in Goa, did you say?
Yeah.
What? Oh wow. Yeah. Okay, cool. What was that like?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know how to compare it to living, like growing up anywhere else in the world, because I mean, I didn't really spend much time in the UK. I mean, I think I was in India from the age of like 5 or 6. So, you know, and, but yeah, back then it was, you know, also India was so different, right? India was so different back then. So, I mean, when I went there was, so for instance, no electricity. Candlelight. We lived in candlelight.
Wow.
Very, very simple life.
Amazing.
You know, beach. I had a big imagination because, you know, we didn't have things like TV or really toys. It was
yes.
Yeah. So, yeah, very, very different. And I remember when I first came back to Europe, you know, in my, like, I don't know, when I was like 12, 13, and I hated it.
Yeah, I can imagine. It must be so
Yeah.
intense.
I was like, yeah, don't want to be here. I want to go back.
Yeah, I can imagine. Okay, wow. All
Yeah.
right.
And,
Okay.
being partying since I was, well, I've been going to parties since I was like 9, 10, so I always had that, music and yeah. And then I think when I was about 15, 16 is when I wanted to like explore traveling more and,
Yes.
visiting other
Okay,
places.
cool.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And
That's amazing.
yeah, and that's how all my, getting into, well, always been into music, but DJing and, that's how it all like kind of started for me, was like when I first came back to Europe and, yeah.
Yes. Okay, that's incredible. Wow. Well, I'm sure, as I said, you should definitely write that book. Please get it out there.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm going to play at Echo, guys. Yay! Sorry, I'm just answering the questions.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
yeah,
playing at Echo.
when is that?
See there. It's this festival called Echo Gathering. It's happening in November in a place called The Hook, which is out in the mountains. It's amazing. It's just it's like a resort, and we take over the resort for the weekend.
Oh,
and
cool.
yeah, that's really awesome. Yeah, I'm actually getting involved with them to help them become more eco-friendly. That's something that I'm very passionate about, and that I feel really going forward. As I said, in the future of our events and whatnot, we have to become more eco-conscious about our waste and how much waste a festival can actually generate. So we're going to eco-echo.
Cool. Yeah. Well, that's important nowadays as well for the planet, for sure.
Yes, I mean, come on. Yeah, people who know me, who are close to me, know that I'm a bit crazy about trash. Like if I walk past trash, I just have to pick it up, and it gets to a point where I'm actually like got nowhere to put it. You must carry it. I carry it. It's too much. And if I see it, I have to pick it up.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah.
And then right now, can you tell me like some of your favorite artists, or have you got any favorite, or not really, or?
Just some of the usual suspects, GMS, Dexter, loving the GMS and Dexter at the moment as well, but obviously the old GMS too. United Beats Record, old Mad Max, and obviously Space Tribe, bless him. Sorry, Space Tribe. And, okay, now I can't think. Nano Records guys, obviously, they're amazing. Yeah, geez, there's so many. No, I've gone blank. Yeah, there's quite a lot of amazing new artists on the on my label with United Beats Records. So go check them out.
What label are you? What label?
United Beats Records.
Oh, okay.
United Beats.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yes. So shout out to Max.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I love Max's energy and how he's pushing the label, and he's doing really amazing stuff. And obviously, we're very sad for Ollie's passing. Just, bless him. That's terrible. But
yeah, that was pretty much a shock for everybody. So, yeah. Yeah, it's a shame that I didn't get to interview Ollie before that,
Yeah, of course. Shit.
Yeah.
Anyway. Happy thoughts.
Yeah, definitely. So are you interested or thinking about making music at all?
I was planning to do something in Cape Town before everything happened. I was chatting with an artist called Deliriant, a close friend of mine, Shane. We were chatting about it, but we were a bit useless at setting a date every time. We were like, yeah, Monday. Yeah. Fuck, a month's gone past. So anyway, it was on the plan, and then boom. And then I left the city. So I don't know about now. I am, however, chatting with United Beats about putting a little compilation together. So
cool.
Yeah,
that would be good. Yeah.
it's got to keep it alive, I guess, you know, at the end of the day, even though we're also unsure right now and we're going through different emotional phases. I'm sure you know, you chat to people and you're like, oh, cool, I'm not so crazy after all. You also feel this existential dread that everything's fucked.
Yeah. We just gotta go with the flow right now and see what happens.
Yeah, just got to keep the music alive. And I must say, one cool thing about the lockdown is, boy, are we hearing some amazing music lately. All the boys are cooking in the studios very nicely. So don't you worry, us DJs are ready and waiting to spin your magic on the floors again.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I wanted to also
hello from Portugal.
Hi Portugal. I miss Portugal. I love Portugal.
I know, me too.
How is everybody in Portugal? How are you doing? Anybody here got any questions? Go ahead and shoot, please. Start asking questions if you want to ask questions. Bit of an echo there.
Sounds good. Oh, this track's timeless.
Yeah.
I think this is a remix. I remember I was at Vortex and Boom Shankar was playing it, and I remember it was a morning off for me, so I was having a ride party, and he played this track, and I literally climbed over the stage to get to him, and I was like, I need this tune, what is it? And he sent it to me, so I played it to death. You know, one of those tracks that you just play until a point where you know that you shouldn't play it ever again. I sometimes do that. I don't know if you do that, but like I find like something that I really love, and every time I'm at a party, I'm just like, oh, this is the one, you know, I know it's going to work. And then I always feel like the other DJs in the audience are like, Pam, we've heard this enough.
No. I can always, you know, I've got tracks that I play still from a long time ago. It's all good. It's all good. And then what else did I want to ask? I asked you, oh yeah, have you got any like funny stories or experiences while you were DJing live that you would like to share? Anything happened while you were DJing at a party or in a club or?
Well, yeah, they definitely had some experiences over the years. I've fallen off stages before from stage. Dancing, woo! I think I danced the mat over these stairs, and then it just fell down these stairs. And then once a guy like climbed through the decor and like, you know, jumped on me and the security and everything, and
oh god, one of those.
And then my one very so I was on tour to Brazil, and there, you know, they have those electrical showers in the bathrooms. You know, the shower that like burst into flames. Anyway, the thing literally did burst into flames, and I was standing there at the DJ accommodation. Like one of the only girls there. I'm in my towel, naked. This thing burst into flames, and I'm like, you know, like yelling, and I have to get some help because, you know, it's an electrical fire, and the one thing you're not supposed to do is throw water onto an electrical fire because you get electrocuted. So that's one thing I remembered from science class. So they are like yelling for help, and they're like, all the boys come out of the room, so it was very embarrassing. I'm like, hi, I'm from South Africa, can play later. I'm standing in my towel, and they're like, yo, is this chick? You know, and like, you know, I didn't want to be a diva, and meanwhile my shower's on fire, and I'm fucking about to burn the whole fucking building down.
Oh my god. That was in Brazil?
That was in Brazil, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, and then, jeez, now I'm just trying to think. Yeah, but I must say I do miss it. I do miss the life and the touring. Even though I remember there were times when you're lying in an airport and you're like, what the fuck am I doing with my life?
Yeah, it's all the...
I'm lying on the floor.
Yeah.
I'm almost 40. Wait a minute.
That's the downside, is like the flying, the jet lag, the waiting around, you know.
Yeah. And then obviously the potential of not being paid, or, you know, left stranded somewhere.
Oh, yeah. Been through that one many times.
Oh, yeah.
Until
I just remembered a story. So I was told to get on the train and to get off at this stop. But it was obviously in Portuguese, so I don't know what this is in Portugal. But I was told to get off in this stop. So I'm like, missed the stop, land up in Lisbon. Then I'm like trying to get Wi-Fi on my phone, you know, to like get hold of my friend who's contacting the promoter. I land up being 3 hours late for my
3 hours.
I need to get picked up. Everybody got involved. It was terrible. I made such a fuck up. Anyway, it turned out that it was okay because the party was a flop anyway. The whole thing was falling apart by the time I got there. Other DJs were arriving, like, where's the guy? The sound was getting carried away by the security.
So pretty much that was a sign that you went to freaking Lisbon. You should have just stayed in Lisbon.
I should have just gone and had tea and Coke. I mean, coffee, you know. Pastel del Nata and espresso. I know, but hey, it's all part of it, you know. Yeah. And I mean, looking back, if I, you know, I guess it wouldn't change any of it really.
Yeah.
And I think if one has to take away from this whole thing is truly just, you know, the connections and the friends and the people that have met along the way. I think has been the most beautiful part about it. And what I love the most is that we might not see each other for months, maybe even years, but yet when we're back in that environment again, that family, that melting parts of us all together, we're back in, you know, the same old, you know,
that's the thing.
Like nothing has changed.
Yeah, that's the one, I mean, one amazing, you know, thing about like traveling around the world and, you know, meeting people all over the different cultures, different people, and then, you know, if you have like that connection, that you keep that friendship, it's pretty amazing, you know.
Yes, I mean, yes.
I still have friends from, you know, back in the 80s, and I'm still in contact with them, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah. And that's where one nice thing about Facebook, you know, about social media in the last, 15, however long it's been around, but that at least we've got to watch each other, you know, in our lives.
Yeah, true.
Even though Facebook's the source of fucking all shit at the moment, but it's just been nice to be connected, you know, and watch each other go through each other's lives, you know.
Exactly. And
but yeah, I missed it.
I wanted to ask about where we can, like, your platform. So I'm guessing like most people probably YouTube and SoundCloud.
I've been a little bit slack the last 6 months. I do apologize. I took a little break. But yeah, YouTube, Instagram, SoundCloud, that's the main position at the moment.
Okay.
But I would like to create something for the summer season. We're probably, knowing everything in this country, we'll probably be back into lockdown in December. So
yeah, for sure.
We might have to.
Yeah, for sure. For the winter, they'll start all that crap again. So.
Yeah, well, December's our summer. You see, this is our Christmas. This is our time where we make as much money as possible for the, you know, the peak summer. And last year was quite devastating. I had the most boring New Year ever. I just literally sat in bed drinking wine.
Yeah.
I didn't cry. I wanted to. Almost just drank away.
Hi, Cybercat. Hi.
Hi.
So yeah, so SoundCloud and that the mix I'm playing of yours, I think, is 2019.
Yeah, 2019.
19?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a
I know,
nice
I need
mix, though. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you so much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm a little bit of a spectacle when I play. I studied drama for my university years, and I like to be entertaining when I'm mixing. And I guess that's kind of been a little trademark, you know, getting people excited. And yeah, I don't know.
Sorry, I'm just looking what somebody's saying here. Yeah, so your future plans, so you're pretty much you're playing at this Echo, and then you don't really know after that what's obviously
What if, yeah, I would love to say I have plans, but no. Right now it's survival, to be honest.
yeah.
Yeah, there is the possibility of a festival in Johannesburg in November. We're still discussing it. Yeah, it's a bit hectic at the moment, you know.
Yeah,
It's not, everything's a bit crazy. So
crazy, yeah.
just
Yeah.
one run off to these. I don't know what to. I don't know.
Yeah, kind of a bit annoying.
Just keep the spirit alive and keep the music playing and keep the small parties going. Remind ourselves what it is about again. Enjoy mixing again. Enjoy, you know, the simple, the small things. I think that's what one can take away from right now.
Yeah.
Because I would love to say, yeah, no, boom, everything's back to normal next year. I really would like to think that.
Nobody knows, though.
To think.
Nobody knows.
Yeah, this is it.
It's a tough
I mean, how do you feel?
I don't know, because I've had a long break anyways. Like, I've been in Canada for a while, and, you know, with my kids, because my daughter's still, you know, she's gonna be 8, and I was not traveling for, you know, many years, so I wasn't really in the scene really that much.
Yeah.
I had like a long break, you know. I did a few in between. I was in Japan, and I went to India, and I went to Portugal, which was really, you know, amazing after like having a break for like more than 10 years.
Yeah.
So, but also it also was a bit weird for me, because, you know, since 10-11 years the scene has changed so much. So
Yeah.
and you know, me being like living a different life, being a full-time like just mom and not really partying, so
Yeah.
it was like, whoa. It was a bit,
Yeah, for sure.
it was a bit intense for me, but at the same time it was nice to go back and play and see that people still, like, you know, like my sound and whatever, even though I still play like older sound. You know, I mix in some new, but I still like the old sound. So
yes.
Yeah, so I mean, right now I don't know. I mean, if I get invited here in Canada to play at some small parties, I definitely do that, because I love it.
Yes, of course. Yes, of course.
You know, next year I'm hoping that next year I can go out of this country and do something for my 50th birthday, because that's my, you know, what I would like to do is have a big boom 50th birthday party, and, you know, but I don't know. I would like to be in India for that, or maybe Mexico. I'm not sure yet.
Ah, Mexico. Yes.
Yeah,
Wow, that'd be amazing.
I've never been there, but I've got friends there, and yeah, it would be kind of cool to go there and have a party there. But also, you know, Goa would be an option, but let's see. I really don't know.
Let's see. I guess, yeah, you literally can't plan anything at this point. Oh, God, what a time to be alive, man.
Run outdoors party from 5 a.m. past sundown. See you at sunset.
A dead leg, yeah.
Huh?
I said I'm getting a dead leg.
Oh.
I'm sitting already.
Love from India. Love to India.
Yeah.
Love from Canada and South Africa.
Yay.
Yeah. Yeah,
Cool.
I think we just just have to, you know, like I said, ride with it and see what happens. And
Keep on keeping on. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Hi, Touch of Cash. We got a hip hop guy in here. Yo, yo, what's up, bud?
Wow, cool. That's
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah, he's a really good rapper.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
So, I just wish you luck, and everybody just has to stay positive. That's the main.
Yeah,
We
for
just gotta
sure.
stay positive and not let anything get to us, and not watch the news too much.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. Yeah. Let's not
Yeah.
talk about that.
Yeah.
Ah,
And as long as you have like a good group of people around you and you're all in the same path, then you're good to go.
yes, for sure, for sure. And grow vegetables. That's my motto.
Yeah,
Grow
yeah.
some food. Yeah, I'm busy learning how to grow vegetables at the moment. That's pretty much that, and my dog, as you
Yeah.
saw.
Well, that's cool, right? You're doing something good, and like I said, I mean, there'll always be parties anyways.
Yeah, for sure. I know.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I want to say thanks for everybody who's been here supporting
Yeah.
us, and really nice to meet you as well, Pam.
Likewise.
Yeah.
One day, face to face, hopefully, somewhere in the magic.
Yeah.
We will cross paths and we will get to laugh at the moment of remember our lockdown interview.
Yeah. Hopefully, we get to meet at some party that we play at together or something. That would be pretty cool.
That would be amazing because hopefully parties are gonna get more females in the lineups because there's definitely enough of us.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, definitely.
awesome. Okay.
Yeah, and good luck with everything in the future. Okay.
Likewise, babe. Likewise. Yeah. And as you said, have a wonderful birthday when it is your 50th. I'm sure it's going to be incredible. As I said, you don't look a day older than 40, babe. So.
Oh, thank
you. Yeah. Cool, man. Awesome. Well, thanks, everyone. It's been amazing to have you join us. And, lots of love. Peace out.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Good night. Yes. Can't wait to see you too.
Yeah, and have a good party in November, right?
Yes. Yeah. Echo Gathering, everyone. See you there.
All right.
Thanks, Donna. Bye.
All right. Thank you so much. See you.